Now that we've done all our preparations and also written our business plan, the next step is for us to implement our business plan. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the first step, which is setting up your social platforms before you launch, and then choosing your e-commerce website platform that you're going to use to sell your products. So join me to find out more. Hello, hi, welcome to my channel Kingdom Business Sense with me, Enitiriafi Esino. Welcome to my channel where I talk about all things to do with business, and then also I try to talk about how we do our business with good ethical principles and also some good biblical principles. Thank you for joining me. So this is the third edition of my Time with Ewa, where I'm sharing my journey in starting an e-commerce business in Ghana, Africa with you. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about where I am at with social media and then also the website as well. So before I do, I just want to do my tip share with you regarding a website. Just so that you think about how you go about your website, whether you're going to do it yourself and then teach someone to do it, or you're going to actually get someone to do it for you. So what happened is that in the early days in 2007, when I started my business, I got someone to do my website for me. In fact, they were doing it for startup. And it was 4-page stagnant website, meaning that it wasn't now, you can have slides and flash and all kinds of things happening on websites now. It wasn't like that in 2007. It was just, a stagnant, meaning it's just a template, standing still. So she charged me to do this and she gave me 4 pages. So my home page, about us, then the service page, and then contact us page. And then she was like, oh, if you want to update, because I didn't know anything about websites or any technical, I just didn't know anything. So she was like, well, if you want to update it, if you just send me the content, I'll update it for you. So I said, oh, great, that was nice of her. So I used to send her updates. I wasn't updating very often. I was like maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks. And that's because I just started a business. But as time went on, I got a bit busy and I wanted to make changes and things like that. So I actually asked her, can she show me how? And she told me, oh, it's too technical, she can't really do it. I should just send it to her and she's happy to still do it. Okay, so we were doing this. And then the recession hit the UK, and then she sent me a message saying, now I'm going to have to charge you to upload. Okay, I thought, okay, no problem, it's her time. Then I said, oh, how much are you going to charge? Because as an entrepreneur, or if you're starting a business, I prefer, and most people I'm assuming prefer, to have a fixed amount so that you can plan for, work for, whatever, but at least this is what I have to pay. I really hate things that keep varying, keep changing. I hate it. So I said, oh, how much would it cost, so that I know what I can budget for? And she's like, oh, I can't really tell you. When you bring the content, depending on how much it is, the load of the content, I will tell you. So the first few content I sent her, she was charging me, I guess in pounds, or something like £25, £50. In CDs, it would be something like, I don't know, over 150 CDs or something, or more. So I was like, okay, this is manageable. Then all of a sudden, when the recession hit, she started now quoting 80, 100, 150, and obviously I couldn't afford it. I was still literally a startup business. So I told her that, I can't really afford it. So maybe the best way now is that maybe you just show me how I can update. I can do it myself, and then I can just save myself some cost. And she was like, no, she can't do that. And so it's either I pay for the updates, or, well, I'm not going to update my website. And then the other thing that used to happen is that she would travel. So if she goes away for a week or 2 weeks, I have to wait before I can have my website updated. And basically, it just became like like I'm the customer, but I felt like I wasn't, and she just turned. So in the end, ladies and gentlemen, I had to abandon my website. I had to abandon my website because I couldn't afford to keep paying her the money she was asking. And some of this content wasn't even, I don't even think the content really changed, because I wasn't really updating that much. But all of a sudden, because I can only assume it's because the recession and maybe it was hard times for her, she just increased this amount. So I had to abandon my website. That website is somewhere there. I'm sure she took it down at some point. I had to abandon it out of frustration and upset, and I cannot express to you how I felt. I had to go and find out what else to do, and in doing so I found out about website builders, that there are websites that you can go on, pay for, and build your own website without any technical skills. That is how my journey on how to build websites started from in 2007, and as I have gone along, I have also learned how to build e-commerce websites. So that's my history there. But what I want to tell you is, please take a decision, because in Ghana here, you know, a lot of people are not very technology sound. So the first thing we want to do is give it to a company or hire somebody, and people are paying unnecessary amounts of money for websites because they don't have the technical know-how. And I am telling you that when I share there are platforms where you don't have to have technical experience. You just need your time to sit and learn and do, and you can enjoy doing it. That's what I've been doing for years, and I am now, you know, I would say very knowledgeable. I train even in doing websites. So I'm just saying, you don't have to become a slave to the person managing your website. And I've seen it happen in Ghana here, where people don't even know their logins. Everything sits with the site builder. So tomorrow they can just decide to hijack your website, and there's nothing you can do about it. Please, I'm advising you not to do that. Even if someone is going to build, let's say someone's going to build your Shopify or your BigCommerce or whichever site you decide to use, make sure you set it up, you have all the logins, and then you give them access, so that even if they want to change a password, the email has to come to you before they can change. They can't just take over your site. It's very important, this. You know, don't feel, oh, I don't know. You know, I think when you're going into the lines of, we have to stop that, I don't know, and you have to know. There are certain things we don't know, but we have to know for our own safety. You don't want a situation like mine where somebody ends up hijacking your website just because you've given them total trust. All right, so set everything up. Even your social media platform, set it up, get all the passwords. It's all in your personal email, and then you can give them access to it, so that if tomorrow they leave, all you have to do is change the password and give it to someone else. But don't let people set things up for you, because that now means the control has gone over to them. All right, because when you set all these accounts up, you have to use an email, and so therefore, whose email are they using? Unless you tell them to set it up using your email, so you do all the prompts and so on. That's also there. But for me, it's not difficult to set up. Do it yourself and then give them access. All right, so that's my tip there on website. Okay, so now we can move on to the update as to where I am at. So I have created my social platform, and I've just decided to use Instagram and Facebook for my new ventures, because, you know, that's the platforms I want to work with right now. I want to say that just because we have all these social media platforms doesn't mean you need to be on all of them. You really need to decide on the one that's suitable for you. And I know Instagram and Facebook are very good for products. Okay, so I've set them up, and then on my Instagram particularly, I've been very active. I started connecting with the type of customers I want. They've been liking my page. I've been posting. I've had a strategy to kind of just post about the types of products I'm going to be selling, and just getting engagement at the moment. Now my second phase is that I want to collect emails, so that as I launch, when I do my first pre-launch, I'm able to sell to them and maybe get some sales before I even do my formal launch. So I've done the landing page, so it looks like this, and now I'm going to put the link onto my social media platform, and I'm going to start prompting for people to sign up. So when they click on the link, they'll come onto my landing page, and then of course hopefully they'll sign up. Why am I doing this? Because we no longer have to launch our businesses and then go and look for our customers. We can start engaging our customers before we launch. So that's what I'm doing. It's so much more better. So you find that sometimes people have launched businesses and they'll be like, oh, nobody came, or they didn't make any sales because you didn't do your pre-launch engagement. You know, you launched, then you went to find your customers. I did this with my lingerie brand before in 2015, and it also worked. By the time I came to launch, I had customers placing orders and so on. So when I actually launched, I made some sales. All right. So that's the principle I've always been following ever since. So I've done this. and I'm going to be launching my newsletter. My link to my email list on Friday. All right. So the other thing is that you have to have a strategy. So okay, someone comes now, they sign up to my newsletter. What are they going to my email list? What are they going to get? So I've decided to do a monthly newsletter where I'm kind of sharing with them our progress, and then also actually sharing some brief short snippets of some of the products, and then also talking to them about the types of discounts and things they can get if they place orders, when we open up for orders and things like that. So engaging them. I've decided to do monthly because that's manageable for me, but you may be able to do weekly or you know, more than that. But I just think also when you do things monthly, people don't feel so overwhelmed. I think lots of emails also can get a bit annoying for people. So my strategy is monthly, keep it light, you know, very light newsletter, images, and just very light, and just keep them up to date. And really my intention is that before I launch, I want to do a pre-launch sale, which will give me some money to actually also purchase some of my products. Okay. And of course, when you do a pre-launch sale, you need to make sure that you calculate the time so that if the products, so that the customer, and make the customer aware when they'll get the product. So don't just do a pre-launch sale and not tell them, okay, well, I'm taking the orders in, but you actually get the orders in 2 weeks or on this date. You just collect orders and then they are waiting. That's not a good way of building trust. So that's what I'm heading for. And of course, I'll give you an update on this as I go along. But that's what I've done so far. I've created my landing page. I've created my email list. So where did I do this? So I use as platform, I'll put the links in the description box. I use sumo.com. Sumo.com is really good. You can use it to collect your emails. You can set up email campaigns. You can even use it for existing and new customers. So for example, new customers, you can set it up where it says welcome when they first sign up to your email newsletter, your email list, and then the next email could be, okay, well, you know, these are the kind of things, the promotions we've got going. The third one can be, you know, in your first order we'll give you discount. The fourth one can be, this is another discount coupon for this new product. So you can actually set it up and it will go whenever you set it up. So you don't have to do this one at a time. You can actually schedule it. So sumo.com is fantastic for this type of thing. You know, there is a free, and then of course, as you always know, there's always a paid version. So you decide which one you want, but go and try it out. Try out the free and see. There's also, sumo.com allows you to have pop-ups. So you know when you go on websites, particularly the retail sites, and then you'll pop up, sign up to our newsletter, it does allow you to do that. But if you don't want all that glamour, that so much things happening, you can also use hellobar.com. I've also got an account there. I use these accounts for different things, of my different businesses. So based on the personality of the business you're doing, you know, okay, this will work for my audience or not. But there's also hellobar.com, which is not going to do pop-ups, but again, you can also do similar things as I've just said with the sumo.com, set up email campaigns, collect your email list using that platform as well. Then I'm using MailChimp as my pre-stuff. Whilst I'm working on these new ventures, I'm using MailChimp. The free version, it allows you, I think, up to 2,000 subscribers to your email list. Sorry, and I'm using that. But to be honest, when I launch the business, my ventures, I'm not going to use MailChimp anymore. I'm going to actually use my favorite platform, which is MadMimi, because when doing research on costs, that's the most cost-effective platform when it comes to using it for e-marketing, doing your newsletters or communicating with your customers. And also outside of that, the platform is very simple and very easy to use. I love it. I've been using it for, I think, coming up to 10 years or something now. It's fantastic. But I'm using MailChimp because I'm just trying to capture an email list. Once I've captured, I'll just export my email list and put it into MadMimi and then subscribe to the paid version. All right, so I'm saying this to you because, as I said to you last video, I don't have a budget, so a lot of these things I'm doing, I'm not paying anything for. It's just literally my time. I'm using the free versions. When I start making money, then I'm going to subscribe. All right, and usually you know the point where you have to subscribe because you want to be able to do more. Maybe the numbers have gone up that you have to subscribe to be able to contain it. All right, so that's what I'm doing. So check those sites out and play around with it, and you know, really important, if you don't have an email list subscription on your website now, or if as you're planning your website, please, you know, check out these ones. There are others you can Google and lots will come, but I'm just sharing with you the ones that I'm using and that I know works, and they're quite a good platform. Now, when it comes to the website, I have decided to use Wix as my e-commerce site that I'm going to build my e-commerce sites on. I chose Wix because, one, is quite cost effective compared to Shopify, BigCommerce, WooCommerce, Squarespaces, Magenta, 3D Cart. As you know, all of these are there. I'll put some links to some of them. Is more cost effective, but also really I chose it because of the templates and the ease of using the platform. That, you know, for my for the products I'm going to sell, I want to have really sharp, you know, I want to have a really good interaction when my customers come on the website, and I felt Wix was giving me the better template. If I was between Wix and Squarespaces, that was the two. Yeah, so yes, I'm going with Wix. So where I am on the website at the moment is that I'm doing what you call a website visual board. I'm now planning out how I want the website to look, what I want to include, the types of images. I'm even thinking about the product shoot and all of those things. So in my next video, I will actually just spend time just going through the whole website visual building aspect, so that you will know how to actually start planning your website, which is actually the main bit of this whole e-commerce business, how well you get your site work moving. So I'll talk more about that in my next video. I hope you are following through and you are each video putting into place what I'm discussing, and I hope by the time I get to my point of launch, you are also launching. All right, so I hope you're actually doing these things and not just watching the video. Okay, so yeah, so to recap, what you have to do in this video, the action from this video is set up your social media platform. If you don't have time to be posting every day, then subscribe to Buffer or Hootsuite in order to schedule your social media posts. Have a strategy. The idea is to actually get customers and followers that you're going to sell with pre-launch. All right, create an email list and you know, share it on your social platform and start collecting email lists so you can market to them before you launch. And then start thinking about which website you're going to use to build your e-commerce site, and I've named many and I'll put them all in the description box. So once again, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. See you on my next video. Thank you. Bye.